Here's a copper hammer slash mallet that I made a while back, and I use this to straighten out pieces when I want to give a little bit of a lighter touch. Good customer and friend of the channel, Stephen Law, was wondering if I could make him one of these. I used 25mm square for my own, but I couldn't find that size, and so I'm going with this 35mm round. Since round would have a tendency to roll on a flat surface, so I'm using this swage to start the eye. But I'm also experimenting here because the swage depression is undersized, and so I want to see if I can add some decorative lines on either side, top and bottom, on this copper hammer. So you can already see some lines forming, though they're not very defined yet. Just this one more heat and the lines become more prominent. By comparison, copper is very soft, and so any wayward strike leaves a pretty obvious ding or dent. I need to give a big shout out to two guys for their recent, very generous donations. They are Ron Thacker and Jeff Lofton. Thanks so much to everyone who supports the channel, and have a happy new year. The heat and pressure has somewhat copper plated my punch. It's so soft right now, even that drop could leave a dent. I was finding it hard to complete the eye when it was hot, just way too soft. So now that it's cold, I think I should be able to punch that slug out a little bit easier. I heat it back up and will finish punching and drifting the eye. So my decorative lines are not perfect, but they're pretty interesting, and I think once it's cold I'll be able to clean those up a bit. I could have trued up the eye by banging on the sides, but that would have ruined the lines, and so I avoided that. I think if I drilled a couple of pilot holes that I could have stayed more aligned when I was punching, and the lines would have been more true. So I'm going to clean this up when cold. just do some various filing, grinding, and sanding to get it all smoothed out. From what I see, I already want to try this decorative look on a steel hammer. So it took a little bit more cold work than I like to do, but came out pretty nice. One face is slightly rounded, and the other is dead flat. I'm gonna heat it up, quench it, and try to give it an interesting patina. I like how when you just start to heat clean copper, it becomes a metallic bluish green. And not interesting enough. I think I'll try this again. I've used this technique before of spraying oil on hot copper before quenching. Maybe don't do this, it's kind of dangerous. The result from this quenching is really interesting. I suddenly don't like my copper hammer too much right now. I might have to make myself another. That face looks like a piece of marble. It's just a shame that once you start to use it, that'll go away. Okay, that's all for now. We've got a lot more fooling around to do in 2025. See you then.